Hello and welcome back. Let's get some perspective as far as what's happening with the railway side of the market. There seems to be a board restructuring over there. Mr. Dinesh Trivedi, the former rail minister, is now with us. Mr. Trivedi, firstly, thank you so much for taking out time for us in an attempt to overhaul and right size. What do you make of these changes on the board restructuring side?
You see, first of all, let me tell you that we still do not know the rules. The rules have not been formed, so how they are going to do it. And the first thing is, what is the objective function? Indian Railway is absolutely fantastic organization. It has withstood the test of time for 150 years. It has done very, very well. If you interfere too much with the professionalism, then I'm afraid it's going to be the end of professionalism in the railway. Railways, as we all know, is a mighty complex system, like a human body. In a human body, you require specialists for kidneys, for eyes, for heart, for lungs, for pancreas. Why are all the specialists required in a hospital? Because the system is very complex in the human body. Railways, first of all, subsequent governments have not understood the strength of the railways. You have said railway is a commercial organization. For heaven's sake, first make it as infrastructure. So, and also you have given the quota system, that 25% from civil, 30% from mechanical. So again, it's like old wine in a new bottle. Now, when you talk about silos, I think the chairman's job is that to coordinate. He is the rank of principal secretary. So my take here is, what is the problem with the railway? The problem with the railway is too much of political interference. I have seen the railways. The people are the best in the world. If you give them what is required in terms of money and give them the objective function, that this is what we want, believe me, everybody works collectively. In conclusion, you definitely require professionalism. So at the moment, the way it was functioning, you could want that there could be a better coordination. I personally feel this is going to lead into more problem because there won't be any accountability. So I'm not very sure. But let's wait for the rules to come out.
Okay, fair enough. But basically, the intent is that this is likely to bring about more synergy, end departmentalization, promote smooth functioning of the railways, expedite decision making. Do you not think, Mr. Trivedi, then that a move like this is aimed in the right direction?
Expediting of decision making has not been there because of various factors. First, you make a decision and then earlier it goes to the planning commission and they will say that commercially it is not viable. So I think decision making has been slow because of our complexity. You have CVC, you have vigilance, you have CBI. So obviously people are scared to take decision. Decision making has nothing to do with the silos. You need absolute coordination. And for coordination, I think Chairway Railway Board, here problem is once you have Chairway Railway Board, then you have the Railway Minister, then you have the Prime Minister's office, then earlier you had the Planning Commission, now you have NITI. So there are too many bosses. But having said that, Railway still is a very highly professional organization and highly committed. Otherwise, it is such a complex system with so much of population without money. Today, operating ratio could be 140. So you have not given them, you have tied their hands and you have put them into water and said, now you cross the English Channel. But still they have tried. Believe me, if railway doesn't function well, if their growth is not 10%, the GDP cannot go to 8%. So there's always a difference. Please understand, railway grows, then GDP grows. They are the biggest area where you have employment. Don't disturb anything at the moment. Let the basic structure of railway be strong. At the moment, you have stirred the basic foundation of the railway. And nowhere in the world, if you want to privatize railway, If this is what is the next step, I do not know. Nowhere in the world privatization has worked. Even in Japan, the basic structure has been provided by the government, like the roads, like the port, like the airport, and then it was run by 5 private companies in 5 different routes. So it's such a huge organization. You do require to break it down in small areas. And I think it was in my budget, I said you require a board member who will look after coal, because coal used to give the maximum money. You require a board member looking after passengers. So my theory was that you require actually more coordination. Definitely is required, and that coordination, chairman has to do it.
Thank you for joining in. That's your point of view with respect to what this potential privatization could do. You believe that it's not necessarily the right move as of now. It hasn't worked worldwide.